From beating an opponent even bigger than football to rewriting a career path, these are the 20 biggest redemption arcs in football. And first up, Ousmane Dembélé showed the world how sometimes all you need is just a year to change everything. If there's one image that sums up Dembélé at Barca, it's this: a failed project. He even admitted that it feels like he wasted 5 years of his life at the club. And so, when he had the chance to either renew his contract with Barca or leave the club, he chose to join PSG instead. Everyone thought that would be it. But after a stunning 2024/25 campaign, where he bagged 51 goal contributions in 53 games, including helping PSG finally win the Champions League, Dembélé didn't just achieve. He finally fulfilled his potential, the Ballon d'Or. The 2024/25 season also had another redemption story involving a Barcelona winger, this time a current star, after he took his game to a whole new level. Rafinha was unplayable in the 2024/25 season. 34 goals and 25 assists in all competitions. 59 goal contributions. Insane. But what makes this even better is that just before Hansi Flick arrived, Rafinha's future at Barca was up in the air. He went from almost always getting subbed off under Xavi to flying on the pitch. The Champions League top scorer in the 2024/25 campaign with 13 goals, the La Liga player of the season. Rafinha's now become one of the most important players in this Barca team. Run it back a couple of years ago, and it was the same with Vinicius Jr. at Brazil. Vinicius Jr. might be a star now, with the legendary number 7 on his back. But if you didn't know him before 2021, the opinions couldn't have been more different. He was so bad that he had incidents like this. His teammates refused to pass to him because he believed he was playing against them. But everything changed in the summer of 2021 when Don Carlo arrived. For the first time in his Real Madrid career, Vini had a coach who trusted him. The result? He hit the 20-plus goal mark for the first time in his career. 40 goal contributions for club and country in 2021/22, including scoring the winner for Real Madrid in the Champions League final in Paris in 2022. Since that point on, Vinicius Jr. has become a star at the club. But he wouldn't be the first Real Madrid player to hit off like this. In that same season of 2021/22, there was an even bigger redemption arc for a Real Madrid player. To understand Karim Benzema's rise to the very top is to understand how hard work pays off. On so many occasions, Benzema was always getting linked with moves away from the club. But since Ronaldo left in 2018, he'd taken the responsibility of bagging goals for Real Madrid. It hit a new peak in 2021/22. 44 goals in all competitions. The Champions League's top scorer with 15 goals, including back-to-back hat-tricks against PSG and Chelsea. Benzema was so clear that for the first time in years, he was the undisputed favourite for football's biggest individual award, the Ballon d'Or. And he finally did it. No longer the backup dancer. He was the main act, the best player in the world. But sometimes, you don't need the Ballon d'Or or an individual award to complete the redemption story. Sometimes it's about how a moment can last a lifetime. Just ask Sebastian Haller. July 2022 was supposed to be normal for Haller. But after he reported feeling unwell at Borussia Dortmund and the tests were done, the doctors discovered the shocking truth. Haller had been diagnosed with testicular cancer. From that point on, he was fighting not just for his career, but for his life. He underwent surgery and chemotherapy, shaved his hair, grew it back, and got his moment. AFCON 2024, the final against Nigeria. With less than 15 minutes to go and the scores tied at 1-1, Haller scored the goal to seal destiny. He didn't just beat cancer, he became a continental champion. There's nothing better than rewriting a story in front of your country, guys like Haller, or even guys like David Beckham. 1998, England versus Argentina in the World Cup round of 16. Beckham was supposed to be one of his country's biggest stars, but it quickly reversed in a few seconds. The referee saw him kick out at Diego Simeone and sent him off. That was it for the English fans and Beckham. They taunted him, made him into the scapegoat, but 3 years later, he had the chance to redeem himself. The perfect script. England versus Greece in the final World Cup qualifying match. England only needed a point to qualify, but coming into the 93rd minute, they were 2-1 down. A free kick with seconds to go. Beckham took it, and the rest became history. He rewrote his story and became a legend, a hero. It really can change so quickly with hard work and determination. But don't take it from me, just ask Luka Modric. In 2012, just 6 months into his career as a Real Madrid player, Luka Modric was voted as the worst signing of the season. 13 years later, when he left Madrid, he wasn't just leaving as the club's most decorated player with 28 trophies. He was leaving as a 2018 Ballon d'Or winner, a World Cup runner-up in the same year, and captain of the very club that he'd been written off at. Talk about an epic comeback. He rewrote his history at the club. It's what Vitinha is trying to do at PSG. In 2020, Vitinha couldn't even get proper minutes at Wolves. He'd become the 77th minute man at the club, always coming on as a sub. In the end, Wolves opted not to sign him permanently, and I guess it's safe to say his career has blown up ever since. He was a big part of the PSG team that won the quadruple last season. Need context? He finished third in the race for the Ballon d'Or this year, the third best player in the world. He also won the Nations League with Portugal, 5 trophies last season. A baller for both club and country, but coming back to England now, and this season there's a baller currently on a redemption arc that's already stunning. Jack Grealish, Jack the lad. The past 2 seasons at Manchester City have been very poor by Grealish's standards. He couldn't get any game time at City, and in the end decided to join Everton on loan. That was supposed to be it. But in just 4 games for the Toffees, Grealish has been playing like a man on a mission. 4 assists in his first 4 Premier League games, and he even won the Premier League Player of the Month award for August. He's currently on his redemption path, and if he works out, we could see him playing permanently for Everton, like Antony's done for Real Betis. Antony is proof that sometimes it's not really the player, it's just the system. You know the memes. But beyond that, we're talking about a guy who had to deal with confidence issues, because he started to believe that maybe he really wasn't good enough. He joined Real Betis on loan in January this year, and Antony shocked the world. 26 appearances for Betis on loan, 13 goal contributions. That's a goal contribution every 2 games, including helping Betis reach the final of the UEFA Conference League. He's now made the move permanent, which almost makes sense. I mean, Radamel Falcao did the same thing too at Monaco, after they gave him the chance to redeem himself. It was a tough 2 seasons in England for Falcao. At Manchester United, he failed to live up to the hype. Just 6 goals in all competitions. He was loaned to Chelsea again the following season, and the numbers got even worse. In fact, it was just a number he scored just once all season. It was easy to write Falcao off after that, but in the 16/17 season, he was back to his sensational best. He scored 30 goals in all competitions to help Monaco win the league title that year and reach the semi-finals of the Champions League. It's proof that you can never write off a centre forward. They can always come back, especially the ones that go to France. Falcao at Monaco and Aubameyang at Marseille. It's safe to say things kind of went downhill for Aubameyang after he left Arsenal. He had a decent spell at Barca, but after securing a move to Chelsea the following season, he flopped with the number 9 shirt. 3 goals in 22 matches. Aubameyang was off to Marseille next, and back in France he started scoring goals again. Actually, he scored a lot, 30 in all competitions in the 2023/24 season, including winning the Europa League Golden Boot. Talk about a big comeback. And speaking of comebacks, Mr. Football is on a mission to provide you quality videos like this. And in turn, you've only got to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Win-win. But it's not all about outfield players. Even goalies have redemption moments too. David De Gea had them twice. At Manchester United in his first season, but it's his last campaign that got people talking. See, despite winning the Premier League Golden Glove Award, United refused to renew De Gea's contract because he didn't fit Ten Hag's system of a goalie that could play out the back. De Gea has since that point gone to Fiorentina and become a mainstay, while the replacements United have ever since been dreadful. It did not work out at United, but I'll tell you where it did though, at Arsenal, with their new number 10, Ebereki Eze. His journey to finally signing for Arsenal is so emotional. He was released by Arsenal as a 13-year-old. Fulham, Reading and Millwall all rejected him. He eventually signed for QPR and got his Premier League break with Crystal Palace in 2020. He balled out, helped the Eagles to win the FA Cup last season by scoring the winner in the final, made his England debut and played at the Euros too. And last summer, 13 years after he was released, Ebereki Eze had come full circle. It's still beautiful to think about. Well-deserved too, just like Ryan Gravenberch and his fitting award from last season. The Premier League Young Player of the Season winner for the 2024/25 season. But Ryan Gravenberch's journey to winning it was far more difficult. He went from being a talented prospect at Ajax to not even making the bench at Bayern Munich. Even when Liverpool took a chance on him, he still didn't look convincing. But under Arne Slot last season, Ryan Gravenberch's game reached a whole new level. He dominated midfields as part of a pivot. Tackling, interceptions, progressing with the ball. He was a big part of Liverpool winning the league last season. And winning the award was very fitting too. But the guy next had an even bigger redemption arc from midfield. After leaving Manchester United in the summer of 2024, not many people would have predicted Scott McTominay's glow-up. He didn't just find his feet at Napoli, he almost became a new player. He won Serie A last season, won the MVP award for the best player in the league, scored 14 goals and 4 assists from midfield, and was even nominated for the Ballon d'Or this year. Talking about going from rejection to redemption, but the biggest redemption story in Serie A belongs to one man, a genius in midfield, Andrea Pirlo. The backstory? In 2011, Pirlo had a decision to make. He'd performed consistently for AC Milan for over 7 seasons, but that year the club decided to let him go. Why? Because they didn't think he was that important anymore. They thought he was too old. The result? Pirlo signed for Juventus, and in the 3 seasons that followed, he helped the old lady win back-to-back league titles, made the team of the season, and was so good he was a star at the Euros. Milan's loss. Pirlo made himself into a legend, just like Mohamed Salah did at Liverpool. It's hard to think of Salah in any other Premier League jersey that isn't Liverpool, but rewind to 11 years ago, and Salah used to be on the books of Chelsea. But it didn't work out for him. Jose Mourinho sold him, and what happened next was Salah coming back to the league in 2017. And since that point on, he's been sensational. 4 Premier League Golden Boot awards, 2 Top Assist Provider awards, 2 league titles, the Champions League, 248 goals, and counting for Liverpool, Salah is a certified legend at Anfield. Into the top 2 now, it's one half of the GOATs who reminded the world of just how good he is this summer. Coming into the 2025 Nations League finals, Cristiano Ronaldo had a point to prove. For context, he had a disappointing 2024 Euros with Portugal. He didn't score, missed a penalty in the round of 16, and was generally disappointing, but he more than made up for it this summer. He scored in back-to-back games in the semi-finals and finals against Germany and Spain to remind the world of how he plays on the big stage. Even at 41, he's still a big game player, but the ultimate redemption story belongs to the other half of the GOATs who finally achieved his dream in 2022. Lionel Messi didn't just win the World Cup, he rewrote his story with Argentina. We're talking about a guy who was the World Cup Golden Ball winner in 2014 but missed out on the final. Lost back-to-back Copa America finals in 2015 and 2016. Even after winning the Copa America in 2021, it looked like that would be it. But in the World Cup in 2022, Messi was on another level. He scored 7 goals, including 2 in the final, to help Argentina win its first World Cup trophy since 1986. A legend. It's crazy to think how as good as Messi is now, all of this could have never happened. He was so close to dying. Click the next video to find out the day Lionel Messi almost died.